All right, so you've got two teams, both nicknamed the Cougars. You just know that's going to be a fight for bragging rights, right? But when the Houston Cougars rolled into Provo to face the BYU Cougars, man, this was way more than a battle of mascots. This was a flat-out, down-to-the-wire heavyweight brawl.
And this quote right here, pulled straight from the broadcast, "This is electric." I mean, that just says it all. You could feel the energy in the Marriott Center from the opening tip. You just had that feeling this one was going to be special.
So how did it all start? Well, exactly like you'd hope for a game like this. Just pure, raw effort from both sides. There was no feeling out period, no tiptoeing around. From the very first possession, it was clear. Nobody was giving an inch. And look at this. It shows you just how physical it was, right from the jump. On one end, you've got BYU's Kawada. He gets his shot blocked, but does he give up? No way. He sticks with it, gets it back, and scores. Then Houston comes right back at him. A block on their end, and their guy's sack is right there to clean up the mess. Then he follows it up with this sweet little spin move for a layup. I'm telling you, it was punch for punch.
So seeing how aggressive Houston was coming out, BYU made a really smart tactical switch, and they did it early. They went to a zone defense. Now, if you're not familiar, instead of guarding a specific player, their guys are guarding an area of the court, really trying to clog up the paint and make it tough to drive. So this wasn't just a physical slugfest anymore, it was a chess match.
All right, let's get into the middle of the game. This is where those early fireworks kind of settled down, and it just became an absolute grind. This is where the game really found its identity, down in the trenches, where every single point felt like a huge victory.
And this, right here, this is the heart of the conflict. Houston's whole game plan is built on being just relentless on the offensive boards, fighting for every single second chance. But BYU, they met that aggression head-on with some serious toughness, doing everything they could to protect the rim. It was a classic, the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object.
And this quote, this just says it all. This wasn't about fancy plays. This was about who is tougher. Tugler bullies him and puts it in for two. You can almost hear the grit in that, can't you? Houston's big man, JoJo Tugler, just gets the ball inside, uses his strength, and basically imposes his will on the defender. That one play was a perfect snapshot of how brutal this game was. But hey, it wasn't all just brute force. There were these moments of just jaw-dropping athleticism. Check this out. Right before the half, Houston runs this incredible play. The guard is driving downhill, full speed. He draws the defense in. Then he just throws the ball up near the glass, and JoJo Tugler, using every single inch of his massive 76-inch wingspan, somehow tiptoes past his defender in the air and tips it in. Just an absolutely wow play.
Okay, so we fast forward to the final stretch of the second half, and the tension in that arena, it was just suffocating. All that hard work, all that physical play from both teams, and it all led to a dead heat. The game was right there for the taking.
48-48. I mean, think about that. After all that grinding, physical basketball, absolutely nothing separated these two teams. From this point on, every single possession felt like the game was riding on it. The pressure was just off the charts.
So you have to ask yourself, right? You're in this crazy, hostile environment. The crowd is going nuts. Who's going to be the one to step up and take over? This is where games are won. It's about who wants it more and isn't afraid of that moment. And here we go, the climax, the final minutes. This is where legends are made, right? The pace just exploded, the stakes couldn't have been higher, and you started to see the star players on both teams just trading haymakers.
The game is on a razor's edge, and Houston's Emanuel Sharp creates just a tiny bit of space with the step back, and he nails it. Oh my gosh, what a huge shot over a great defender. You could almost feel the air get sucked out of the building. Wow. But was BYU gonna roll over? No way. Literally the very next possession, their guard, Rob Wright, comes right back down and hits a clutch shot of his own. He answered. The duel was officially on, and the crowd just went ballistic.
And this is where Houston finally broke it open. It was a stunning, game-winning run. It was just a masterclass in execution when it mattered most. First, Flemings buries a super tough jumper. Then on the other end, and a block by Tugler. A massive defensive play. Then Sharp gets a steal, takes it all the way for a breakaway dunk, and to top it all off, Flemings absorbs the contact for an and one. It all happened so fast, BYU just had no answer for that flurry.
And after that incredible sequence, that was pretty much the ball game. Houston managed to hold on, they went into one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball, they weathered the storm, and they walked out of there with a massive, massive win. So the final score reads Houston 75, BYU 68.
And really, that 7-point difference just doesn't tell the whole story of how close, how intense, and how hard-fought this game really was, from the first second to the last.
And that really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? In a game of inches, a battle this tight that's all about physicality and heart, what's that one little thing that separates the winner from the loser? Is it just one spectacular play? Is it that single huge defensive stop? Or, is it just the pure will to execute when the pressure is at its absolute highest?